Hello everyone.
Hello guys, welcome to PitchingInLine. In this video, we're gonna talk about the scenarios of how India can qualify to the semifinals. Right now, the situation is that Pakistan has defeated India, and Pakistan has also defeated New Zealand. So, which means Pakistan is going to face Namibia, Scotland, and Afghanistan. So, which means more or less they are going to get qualified into the semis, which leaves only one spot left from India's group to qualify for the semifinals. So we are going to talk about what are the matches which will determine India's chances of qualifying. So what do you think, bro? Now, Pakistan is going to play Afghanistan tomorrow, and how important is that match? And how important is another big match, that is India versus New Zealand?
Yeah, we'll start with the Pakistan-Afghanistan game. It will be an important game in perspective of Pakistan, because if they win this, because they already won their most what do you say, the difficult matches to say, right, for them, difficult opponents were India and New Zealand, and they have managed to beat them. So even see, one more team which can trouble them is Afghanistan, and even if they lose the match against Afghanistan, they have Namibia and Scotland to go through. So that spot is gone. It's about India now. Coming to India, then match against New Zealand. Like if you win, it's not like you are definitely going to qualify. No, but if you lose, it's more certain that you are not going through to the semifinals. So it's going to be very important game for India, and they can't afford any kind of slip ups. On the match against on the eve of the match against New Zealand. So tomorrow it will be tomorrow's match is important, but what one thing is good for India is they have their fate in their own hands, because if they win, they can go through. So I think it's fair and straight for India now.
Yes, I'll elaborate what my friend has said over here. Is now India. I mean, we know Scotland and Namibia. They worked very hard to come into the Super 12, and they deserve all the respect and accolades that come their way. But I don't think so. There's such a strong team that they will defeat India, Pakistan, and New Zealand. I don't think so. They're going to defeat India, Pakistan, New Zealand. So which certainly means India, Pakistan, and New Zealand, they'll definitely have two matches win. They'll have two wins in their account against Namibia and Scotland. I mean, everything is an assumption. This is a theory that we are building. So which is most likely that is going to happen. So what that happens over here is then you have the third team, which is Afghanistan. Afghanistan may not be is not as strong as New Zealand or India or Pakistan. But in this format, you never know, anything can happen. And with Afghan spinners on those pitches, they might surprise you on your given day. Okay. So what happens right now is India, Pakistan, New Zealand, they have to win matches among themselves. Pakistan has won already two matches. If you add those two matches with Scotland and Namibia, they're going to go to 4 wins. And now India and New Zealand, they have 4 matches left. Okay, they have 4 matches left. And if India wins against New Zealand, they have chance of going up to maximum up to 4 wins. Pakistan right now has maximum chance of going up to 5 wins. New Zealand also has maximum chance of going to 4 wins. New Zealand and India. Yeah. So if India wins, maximum 4. If New Zealand wins, maximum 4. If India loses against New Zealand, that means maximum you can go is up to only 3 wins. 3 wins. So then you have to hope for an upset against New Zealand by Scotland and Namibia, which is very most unlikely. And I feel New Zealand is too a good team where Afghanistan will beat them until and unless a surface really plays out and there's a match situation. Okay, if Afghanistan beats New Zealand, then yeah, they'll go maximum up to 3 wins. I mean, assuming they beat India and they lose against Afghanistan, then it's 3 wins. Then for India, then they will come into contention, even if they lose against New Zealand. But there also, both the teams will be on 3-3 wins. Yeah. So it again comes back to a net run rate. And so it's not like India will get direct qualification. Yes. If India beat New Zealand and win the remaining matches, that is maximum up to 4 wins, they'll qualify. considering we are assuming that this theory only works out if India doesn't lose any other match. And
I
same
want to
thing
add,
applies.
yeah, I want to add one point. Just like we're just going in the hypothetical situation. See, let's imagine if India ends up with 3 wins in this group, and if Afghanistan ends up with 3, because already they have 1 win against Scotland. So
And a huge
most likely they
advantage.
might defeat. Most likely they can defeat Namibia. Okay, so it remains, if even if they create an upset in against New Zealand, sorry, against New Zealand or India, even if they create one, it will
Even
come down to
Pakistan.
net run rate. Yeah, Pakistan. It will come
Yes.
down to net run rate. And mind you, Afghanistan has a very good net run rate as of today.
Yeah, they have a superior run rate. Nobody, I don't think so I have ever seen a net run rate of 6 point something plus 6 something in a tournament. So that's how good Afghanistan is, and they have to play Namibia. So what relatively happens for India is uh, they have to win all their 4 matches. If they win 4 matches, they're guaranteed of a spot. They're guaranteed. If they lose a single match, then they still have chances of qualifying, but it depends upon the net run rate.
Net run rate, yes.
Which means they have to. I mean, I think they have to be wary of it. And with Pakistan beating New Zealand, they have more or less confirmed their spot in the semis. I feel one spot is done in our group. So India and New Zealand match, which is going to be played at the end of October, will be very utmost important.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting tighter. It's getting very tighter. See, when we started this tournament, no, we were talking about the other group, how tight that group's going to be. But somehow we are seeing the things happening in this group. After today's, if you see today's match, between Australia and Sri Lanka, we can say that England and Australia are pretty much. I mean, we can't rule South Africa out, obviously, but more or less Australia and England, we can safely say that they can qualify. But in this group, it's very tight. If you leave out Pakistan, Afghanistan, New Zealand, and India all have realistic chances. So
Yes.
it's going to be a dogfight, literal dogfight.
Dogfight, yes, and even in the other group, I think it's going to be tight. But coming back to our group, and I have to bring one fact, which is one stat which I don't think any Indian fans would like. It is India have never beaten New Zealand in ICC tournament, and we actually ended up on the wrong side in the previous 2 ICC trophies. Like WTC final, we lost the championship, and in 19 semifinals we lost against them. But and I'll also bring another stat to make you happy is England never won against West Indies in T20 World Cups.
Before
and they beat them this year. And they beat them this year. And Pakistan never won against India in T20 World Cups, but they won against India for the first time this year. So who knows? Yeah, it is also a possibility that we hope that India finally beats New Zealand and make their chances stronger to qualify into the semis. So that's it, guys, from us. We'll meet you in other videos. Tata, bye. See you.
Bye-bye.